Hello, my name is Andrea Stiff. I'm the Barron County Extension Agent for Horticulture Education. Thank you for joining us again on another Master Gardener Monday. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can get into what the Master Gardeners have been up to. Again, these pictures are going to feature projects that the Master Gardeners from Barron River Area Extension Master Gardener Association have been up to, what they've been busy working on at home. So without further ado, our first picture is from Mabel Johnson, and she's been working on propagating an African violet plant. So this is one that we work on with our kids sometimes during summer and day camps, so it's pretty simple to do at home. So she has taken the leaflet off of an African violet plant and she has propagated it, and then she has moved it over into some soil, and you can see the little baby leaflets there. So there's many different ways that you can do this. You want to make sure you have the full length of the leaf. You just take it off of the main stem and you have about a ½ inch left of the leaf stem. And then you can either put it in some water and let it start to grow some roots, or you can actually go ahead and put it down in the soil. You can use some rooting medium if you have some on hand already, but oftentimes this one doesn't need it to have a successful propagation. So thank you, Miss Mabel, for sharing that with us. I'm glad that you've had success propagating your African violet. If you get one at home that gets too big, this is a way that you can make more and share it with your friends. This one's also from Miss Mabel Johnson, one of our wonderful master gardeners, and she has done some herb transplants. In one of the blue tubs here, she's drilled some holes in the bottom, added some soilless media mix, and then she has put in her transplants. And that's something that right now a lot of the garden centers and places have them out. You can buy herbs if you want to have them to cook with all season long. Now is a great time to start them. I think we talked in a previous episode, so I just reiterate that sometimes herbs do have a tendency to take over the garden. So you may need to, like she's done here, put them in some kind of a container. So it's a great option, and thank you, Mabel, for sharing your hard work with us. It looks wonderful. This is a strawberry bed by Master Gardener Laura Daniels. She has had these plants in the ground for a couple years, and they have started to create runners, so it started to fill up her bed. So right now you should see some strawberries that are going to be coming in on the vines, because usually they come in about May through June. And there are different kinds of strawberries. You're going to have your everbearing, will bear pretty much all summer, a little bit here and there. And then you have your May bearing ones, which will all usually come in, the flower and the fruit will all come in May. So that's kind of the different ways if you want them throughout the season to have, or if you're wanting them for mass production, canning, or cooking or something like that. It kind of helps you select which cultivars you would like. So thank you, Laura, for sharing your wonderful strawberry bed. Laura has also done a raised bed with some black plastic laid, and in it she is growing some lettuce. So the reason you might do this is because you may have a lot of gardening going on and you're wanting to eliminate the amount of weeding that you may have to do. So the black plastic is used here to be a weed suppressant and to keep your weeds down. And so that way the only thing coming through is where you've cut holes and actually planted your seed or whatever that you're trying to grow. So this is something that Laura's trying out this year, and I wish her the best of luck. It's looking great. This is another one from Laura's garden she shared with us. So it's another option if you're wanting to grow herbs. She has a herb spiral here, and she's got some river rock that they've created this nice look with. So that's something that you can do. It also kind of keeps that herbs bed kind of separate from everything else, and it's going to give it its like limitations of where they can grow. You can grow different herbs in together, and then it also will make it easier for harvesting your herbs all at once because they're all in that nice spiral kind of all together. So it looks beautiful, Laura. I can't wait to see all the herbs coming in and have a full little spiral bed for you. This is something else that Laura has been working on. She does composting at home. So this is a simple compost bin that she's made out of pallets. And she'll start them all, put all the material in one side of it, and then as she needs to turn it, she will actually flip it and rotate it into the other bin. So that's something that you can do at home as well. And this is just some recycled pallets that she got for free. So it can be a low-cost option as well. If you have questions on composting, get in touch with me and I will definitely share some information with you. Or we also had a webinar that was taught with the Horticulture Webinar Wednesdays recently on composting, and I can share that information with you as well. So pansies, we've seen them, I think, in every edition of our Master Gardener Mondays because they are such a popular flower. So these are beautiful pansies from Debbie Adair's garden. She's got them nicely in this blue painted tire, and it just looks kind of picturesque of the country. So thank you, Debbie, for sharing. And then I wanted to talk about something else that had come up with this picture and in conversations I've had over the past week. Some people had asked about using tires for raised bed gardening or just small space gardening. And one thing that we always caution you on is that those tires have been on the road. If they're recycled, they're definitely going to have the chemicals and hazards of the road on them. They're not easy to wash. The oils and things build up in tires and can kind of stay on there. So oftentimes we will recommend that if you're going to use the tires for some kind of gardening, that you grow flowers in them, so that way it's not something that's going to be consumed. You don't want to take a risk on having those toxic chemicals come into your plants and then make you sick. So that's something that we do caution you on the tires. If you're wanting to use them, we do recommend that you use them for non-edible produce. If you're going to do that, you want to do flowers in them, so it's not something that you're going to eat. That's just to protect your family. If you have questions about that, please feel free to contact me and we can work through it. Moving on, we have some violets that Miss Wanda Kinslow sent me. She knows I love purple, so she sent me the only purple thing that she had in her garden that was blooming yet. And so this is something we talked about last week, that some people see it as a weed, but then some people love having it in their garden. It can be a nice early thing for the pollinators. And so it's great to have if that's something that you can tolerate and would like in your garden. It does look really pretty. So thank you, Wanda, for sharing that. If you all have any projects that you or your family have been working on that you would like for us to feature, please feel free to email me pictures at andrea.stith@uky.edu, or you can tag us at the Barron County Cooperative Extension Facebook page, and we'd be happy to show off what you've been growing at home. If you have any other gardening questions, please feel free to get in touch with me. I'd love to help you learn or help answer any questions that you may have. So thank you all, and you all have a wonderful rest of your week.